Alright, we are back with more Factorio. Here we go. I am Pax, and we are continuing the playthrough of Factorio Space Exploration. Woohoo! And we are up here in the space station, and we have just finished up setting up a bit of logistics for the space elevator. So now we have the space elevator connected to Novice, and we have a couple of trains bringing us things from the space elevator. We set up some cargo trains to feed the LTN network, and I've added a second one for now doing the biological and material science on the south side down here. And this has pretty much replaced this cargo rocket, but I think the plan will be eventually to use this cargo rocket to directly feed the science system and remove it as a train station, sort of mirror this cargo rocket. But then most of this rest of the stuff will just continue to be brought up by trains. And we also built this rocket fuel train, which we'll be using today, hopefully. And we built these logistics trains. So now these logistics trains connect the logistics networks from the main hub to the space station. And so we can just put whatever we want onto these requesters and ask for logistics items. And also we have a ghost scanner. So that's all fun and good. So we can get a lot more easy logistics stuff. And of course the twin is right next to it, with the requester bringing the stuff from the space station down to the main hub. Yes, and I think I moved it over a tile. But then I think we're just cruising through the science. Everything I think is working pretty well. We're a little bit, of course, bottlenecked by data card, but I don't think it's really that bad because we keep stealing data cards from the system to bring them down. See, there's 24 energy catalog, and so a lot of energy catalog, a lot of some comprehensive catalog are being used for beacons and spaceship parts, things like that. So that is why sometimes it slows down with data cards, because the production not only has to deal with the loss of data cards, but also then it has to fill up these buffers. So that causes it to slow down quite often. Yes, what I wanted to do was copy this buffer chest over here. So get some spaceship parts kind of hanging out nearby. Probably don't need that many. So you probably need more of these, less of these. More of this. That's fine. Some laser turrets. And then I think we brought in a lot of stuff. And we need to, yes, get some of this integrity researched. Spaceship integrity. So let's go ahead and start setting up to build some spaceships. Ooh, spaceships. So, what are we going to use spaceships for? Well, now that we have the space elevator, it does help, I think, make mining things potentially easier. So let's look at the main base. So our main hub, Cars on Belts orbital hub, is just cranking out beryllium to make LDS, to make the bulkheads, to make spaceship parts, and it's also cranking out holmium just because there's so much demand for holmium. The off-world resources are doing okay except for holmium. I think everything is fine, but we are running pretty low on just raw holmium ore. And yes, we're barely keeping up with demand as it is, but it might be because the ore is running out. And the beryllium also is just barely keeping up with demand, but that's because we're just using a lot of it. The iridium looks fine, and the vital melange is also cranking out. I think also because we just built the tier 2 vital melange stuff. Most of the base though is pretty quiet. Steel is working hard, pretty hard, sort of hard, relatively hard. And rocket fuel should be doing its thing. Looks fine though. We're sort of like running low on resources in general. I think I went around and looked, and there's only about 20 million, maybe 30 million iron left in everything. We have it, almost all of it, but there's like maybe 1 or 2 million not tapped, but we're sort of running low. A lot of the mines are gone and out, so there was an iron mine over here, and yeah, we're not doing too great with resources. And of course, uranium is also pretty low. We still got 1 million here, maybe 2 million total with this and this. So that's not nothing, at least, but it's not great, and we can't really like build a nuclear weapons arsenal or anything because we just don't really have the uranium to justify it. So uranium, even base resources, they're all kind of being needed. So the then intention today a bit is to try to set up spaceships for mining. And I want to get the bots to expand out here a bit, try to get the rails going a little bit more so we can have a place for spaceships to go. So I think I'm going to expand the rails out in sort of a similar hexagonal grid pattern and allow this area to the right to give us some room for building spaceships. So then I think getting this construction pylon would be good. Then we could just work towards energy 3, and then maybe we can squeeze that in, squeeze in some modules, and maybe get the ion engine if possible, but we'll see. Cool. So okay, so then I've been toying around with some designs already, and I made some blueprints. So the ideas of the spaceship that I have are to try to make it kind of modular. So I have these different modules that maybe we could like piece together and add to as time goes on, and so this will allow us to just build different types of spaceships for various things, but I'm very excited about potentially the logic that goes into controlling it. So the idea over here is to build some sort of spaceship yard, or at least some kind of refueling system. And so we have the fuel coming here, and we'll see if this works out, but the thought is that the spaceships will be kind of going to a provider, going to a requester, and then going to refuel. So let me give it a little bit of space, put it maybe, definitely want the wire to connect, so put it here. Let's try maybe down here. So then these different spaceship modules will hopefully allow us to build the spaceships pretty easily. Hello, bots, are you coming? Bots? Hello? What are they doing? They're coming, they're coming. Oh yeah, I just distracted them with building all this stuff out here. Gosh, why would you go do this? Just kidding, bots. Just kidding, you guys are fine. Alright, so yes, we have to put the floors down, of course. And maybe I'll just take some of this. Okay, let's try again then. Put this on there. All right, so this is our kind of engine compartment. And so basically, with the way the engines work, you get the most efficiency if they're, of course, hanging out the back and sort of hanging off the edge, and they're not being blocked. But if they're only blocked by one tile, then you still get maximum efficiency. So these engines still get maximum efficiency. You save one tile. You know, something like that. It's kind of worth it, maybe. But we got 6 engines. We got 2 of these booster tanks, which hold a good 200,000, or each of them hold 100,000 of the rocket fuel. And then the spaceship clamp is here just to maintain where the spaceship is, and then hopefully the idea will be to bring the fuel down. And I might actually use, can I use one of these? Let's use one of these. Is there enough room? This is not enough room. This is not where it should go. I need to bring it down a lot lower. So move this, please. Maybe it is worth having 100 watts, even if I can't charge them. Who distracted all my bots here? Oh, weird. Bots. I got floating X's here now. Yes, let's try again. Let's try to put it a little bit lower. Let's put it maybe down here, yes. There we go. It's a little bit better. Alright, maybe distracting the bots wasn't a great idea. I need them to expand though. Please expand. Alright, yes. This is a bit better in terms of space. Let's get this out here. So we want this spaceship clamp. Then, okay, so then yes, we have a pylon substation to provide power for everything, and loads and loads of accumulators in case we want some energy storage. That is the idea there. Are we missing? Probably because of the ghosts. I mean, because the tiles weren't there. Yes, okay, so that's one sort of module, the engine compartment. Then our next module for this spaceship will be, I've got like some smaller engines too, in case, but I need a beefier spaceship, I think. Alright, our next compartment will be a storage module. So then this has, of course, just a warehouse, and it has undergrounds for loading and unloading. So then the hope is then, yeah, we can get 2 belts of throughput on and off the spaceship. So that's pretty good. It's not nothing. What? Hello? Can I not walk through here now? Huh. I don't understand. Okay. I was walking through it before. Alright, so that's our storage module. Then we want the logistics module. So here we have just a roboport, and the idea is we're going to have, of course, some buffer chests to deal with the logistics request, or to both, bring bots and to just bring all the logistics stuff we might want to build a mine or to build anything else. And then there's a storage chest here again with some input and output belts, so that way we can potentially recycle things from the logistics network or just provide things through this storage chest. So that is our logistics module, and we want to maybe make it say at least Y as logistics bots. So let's just start getting some of the things here. So we want logistics bots here, and we want construction bots here, and I think these regulate 50, 100, sure, that's fine. Then of course we're gonna want bunches of stuff for building and for logistics. So, you know, we want things like roboports, let's say. Let's get all of the logistics chests. And we'll of course want like power poles, substations probably. Probably want actually pylons. Maybe pylon substations too, why not? Probably some pipes. Or let's see. I have two of these things, so kind of want to spread them out a bit. Let's get the constructible things over here. You know, so that's kind of the idea. That's kind of the idea to bring whatever logistics items we want into these buffer chests, so that way our spaceship can go off and build whatever we need it to build. So hopefully it will eventually do those things. Let's see, we want some beacons probably. Let's get some beacons. Let's get the tier 3 modules, just a couple of them. What else do we want? We want probably, I think actually maybe even normal belts, yellow belts. And then we need like solar panels for sure. We need lots of solar panels, of course. Maybe just 100 is good. And probably like, yeah, some holmium accumulators would be good. All right, let's let that kind of be the thing for a little bit, and let's continue building the spaceship. All right, the next module we're gonna add to this one is just gonna be this kind of walkway slash have a couple of solar panels. There you go. Just a little bit of power to allow us to have power in flight. We don't necessarily need it. We could just rely on accumulators, but have some power is nice. And then we have the logic control hub center, main space station, spaceship hub thing. How are we doing on having spaceship parts? We have some. Is the base making them? You're making them at least. That's good. We got some bulk. Arrowhead. What is it called? Arrowhead. Aeroframe bulkhead. There you go. I do like these tanks. I hope I can just use these tanks. Oh no. See, wait. Did it allow me to do this? I forget. Let's see. Okay, so then, yes. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We want the control system here. And so this is going to be a big part of the spaceship logistics. And yes, you can see there's some pretty gnarly looking logic here, but I'll explain it in a second. But I want to finally add in the nose of the spaceship. There you go. There's the head. And so this is our spaceship. Are we happy with how it's kind of centered? Not exactly. So there we go. Cool. So yeah, so hopefully the idea is like we have these modules and can put them together in this sort of like modular system. I swear this was easier to walk by before. I want to get, I want to update this a little bit. I want this here. Yes. It's gonna use these lights to just kind of say, oh, is the chest full of stuff? But it's sort of arbitrary, sort of random, just aesthetics Then we want this power pole here to help with the wires. Module wires. I'm very, very confused why this has become so hard to walk through, but oh well. Okay, so this is the idea, and now we need to do the logic. So already the clamp section has the wires connected to the main kind of pylon substation that powers everything. And then these sections that also need to be wired usually have power poles. So you need a wire just to allow the system to know how much cargo you have. And then we're going to bring a wire all the way up here to connect these pylons. So this will just allow the wires to traverse the spaceship. And then we will connect the control system also to the wires. Voila! Okay, so now the wire signals are connected through the spaceship clamp. And then they come out on the other side. And so what we'll do is set up then a bit of space right here for... Okay, we can put this here. Are we happy with where it is? I feel like now it's too far down. So let's see. Let's move it up a bit then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roboport or pylon. They're both kind of in the way. That's okay. Dirt. What do you mean dirt? So the one thing is the clamps go on the 2x2 rail grid, so you have to be aware of the locations of the clamps. That's ID 2, that's ID 2. Okay, let's just get this spaceship to kind of be ready to do something. So I'm going to turn all this off for a sec, and then I'll explain it. So then we have this combinator, which is sort of like a manual bypass combinator to override the system. And so right now I just want to move the spaceship up 2 tiles. So I have it right now going for, this is the novice orbit ID, and it's going to anchor to the right clamp 2 and to the target clamp 2. So we need to make sure the IDs are 2, and they are. Okay, so then when I launch, okay, let's just start integrity check first. Okay, cool. We're below the stress levels, and it looks like it's contained. So we had to do that integrity research to get up to 500, but we could have maybe survived with a 400, but got plenty of space in the integrity for building even bigger. But now we want to I'm just going to launch, go to novice orbit, and we should come right back 4 tiles higher. So let's see. Hello? Launch. Requires fuel. Oh, right. Yes, right. Yes. We need fuel. So there. Fine. We need fuel. All right. Let's see. Let's get some walkways. All right. Bring me some fuel. Bring me some fuel, please. Finally use a 15 pipe for something. And okay. Sure. Fuel, please. All right, I think then it's fine having that. Yeah, that should be fine. Just give us some more fuel. I don't think it matters really. Just more buffer. There we go. There's some fuel. So yes, this will be a lot more throughput of fuel. 1500, it's pretty good. But we have like 200,000 to fill up. Whew. Okay, well, this is going to be in the wrong place now, but okay, let's try again. Do we have enough launch energy? No. Start integrity check. Okay. All right, so, oh wait, don't do this. Okay, launch. Boom. So you have the 100%. That's good. Hello? Okay. On. There we go. Now we're anchored to the right place. Put this back. And let's put the fuel back now, the fueling system back. Pylon. Substation. Time for a new home substation. Seems good. And a pump. All right. Fuel her up. Fill her up. Okay, so now the idea then is that this will be like a fueling station. And basically then the logic of the spaceship is to essentially use each of these combinators to set the destinations. And so let's see, right now, so we have go to the fuel hub. So that's the target clamp 2 with the 914 ID is novice orbit. And then, yeah, already built in, yes, is then some more control signals. And what we're going to do is try to get this spaceship to go to this moon, 929. And that moon is this moon Shara. And we want to go here because it has lots of holminite. And it's a tiny little moon. This is the entire moon. So we have like the entire surface already almost mapped out. Or we can do it just by running around in a circle here really quickly. So we have this like tiny moon, but it has tons and tons of holminite, like more that's on all of Granus for sure. And so we want to just come here, and we can actually land this spaceship onto the ground, and so we can mine that holminite with this spaceship and bring it back. And that is the hope. So then this combinator, the second combinator, then tells you to go to the moon Shara and anchor there. So we need to set up a spaceship or a spaceport there. And then finally, we want to come back to Novice, but we're going to go to a different anchor clamp. So we're going to go to clamp 3, and this will be like the requester station. And so then the idea is that based on a condition, so now we have state 0, state 1, state 2, state 3. These will tell where to enable which commands to get through and go to the console. And so this will allow us to kind of program in 4 different destinations potentially for the spaceship to go to. And then there's this thing, which is like supposed to be kind of a memory circuit. So this will hold in its state the memory of what destination it's going to, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then this way, like, it'll be maintained. So that's sort of the gist of how it's going to work. And then there's one more part, which is the control logic for the spaceport. So we'll put this right here. It looks pretty good. Okay, so there's this one thing here. This combinator just has a -1 with the spaceship launch. And this way, I can turn this on to make sure it doesn't launch. It's just to override it and to make sure it doesn't launch without me wanting it to, or if something messes up, I can turn it off and make sure the spaceship stops launching. Okay, and then here is, this is how we control the memory cell. So I'm going to plug this in on the red wire. And the memory cell, yeah, so the memory cell is connected to the red wire. And so basically at every station, depending on what kind of stop it is, it will output the number. So, or like kind of like the next number is the idea. So every spaceship will sort of like go fueling to the requester and to the provider and back to fueling at least. We can make it longer, 4 at most, but this one I'm just going to have 3. Fuel, request, provide. So then the fuel is stop 1, So when this is turned into stop 1, it will go to fuel. When it's turned to stop 2, it will go to the requester or the provider. And when it's turned to stop 3, it will go to the requester. And so to reset the logic, you basically just put in the negative numbers for all the alternatives, and that will erase everything, and then put a positive number for the state you want to hold. And so this will go through the red wire, and then into this decider combinator. And so then it just says, like, if anything's greater than 0, output it as a 1. So that way, like, anything that's positive will stay held. So you can see that the 2 signal is being output as a 1, and everything else, since it's -1, it gets erased. So if we don't have the -1s, it wouldn't erase the old states. So every station is just going to have something like this, where it erases everything else and maintains the state 2. So now, when we disconnect, so if I turn this off, it'll still hold the state 2 is the idea. Okay, so then the last part of logic for the spaceship is then these combinators which decide to launch the spaceship. So basically there's one that says, do you have enough fuel? I'm going to actually up this to 190 in the fuel station. And then the next one says, is there enough charge in the accumulators? So one of these accumulators is also connected to the green wire. So we're going to make sure that the spaceship is fully charged with electricity. And then the last one is usually for some sort of cargo requirement. So since we're at the fuel station, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to say this is just sort of arbitrary. You know, doesn't matter what's in your cargo. It could be anything, or it could get rid of it. But it doesn't matter. So okay, and then these each put out a green signal, and then if the green signal is greater than or equal to 3, we'll send out the launch signal. So right now it is saying it is okay to launch, but we have the override prohibiting the launch. So I think though then we are ready to go, and let's see if we can make it. So looks like the spaceship is put together. What's this one called? The Alchemist. We have the Alchemist, and let's then turn this off and see if it launches. There we go. Doot, 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 doot. And we're in space, and now we should see it engage. Maybe engage. I see. So now the reason it's not engaged is because these need to be turned on. So on, engaged. Going to Shara, I hope. There we go. Going to Shara. Yes. Engaged. Okay, so let's then, while we're in transit, I'm fairly confident this spaceship will do fine making it. We have tons of power, I think. We have, see, these booster engines don't take up too much electricity, so it's actually less power that we need. We're almost only, yeah, almost all the draw is from the laser turrets. And then since we have rocket engines, we can actually land on the planet. So we're going to actually land on Shara. But let's go look at the space station while we're sort of transiting. And I want to just keep pushing out the scaffolding to try to expand more. And we can also, let's say, put down some rails. So we want to do pretty much the same pattern, right? So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So actually this one is, I want this one to be the turn this way, right? Go down, 1, 2, 3, go up. Go down, 1, 2, 3, go up. And then there's one more straight section. One more straight there, and then this. And hopefully we can get the scaffolding out there, kind of build out to here, build out all this stuff. Bots, get to work, bots. What are you doing? Okay. Oh no, did we bring enough stuff? Darn it. I should have probably loaded the stuff up more. I don't think we have everything we need at all, even close. No, we don't. Oh well, okay. Well, we're here. Alright, good. Yes, we want to be near this, like, holminite up here. That's 26 million holminite over here. There's another good couple of chunks of it on the planet. But it's a pretty small planet, right? So it's not that much. But still, like, way more than on Granus, you know? There's like probably 40 or 50 million here. So that's a good amount. It's a pretty good amount. Then I think we'll just try to land, maybe land, kind of give some space to do some processing. So I'm gonna just try to land like over here for a sec. Confirm anchor, Shara, click. Hey, we're on Shara. Hello. Hello, Shara. All right, let's get rid of some stuff. And hopefully we can, in the future, maybe do this totally without even coming. But one thing we want to do is probably just get some solar panels down and some power. I'm just going to do this, but then I'm going to get rid of these ones. Let's see. Let's make... Let's do this. And let's just upgrade this whole thing. Give me reds and the holmium accumulators, please. That's what I really want. So we have the robot ports connected, right? I want to try to maybe connect the power just for now. And hopefully this gets us going with electricity. Then, let's see. We want to, of course, build mine. So let's get the miners. And... well, maybe pull this back then. Miners, do I want to use the big ones? That's fine. These are fine. This mine is pretty big. Cool, okay, that's a mine. Gonna just trim this up a little bit. Get some roboports back here. Up here, sure. And then hopefully the idea will be that, like, as you know, more spaceships come, we will be able to have you know, them finish building the mine. All right, let's go to Granus really quickly to steal a build for processing the holminite into crushed holminite. Let's see, where are we? Here we go. Yeah, one of these. Let's take this. Thank you. All right, and then I think we're gonna need like a couple of them. Okay, can move this stuff a bit. Let's maybe move this over here. Just get out of the way, please. Okay, we need... okay, wait. Let's turn this off. This. Use the... you can use that, bots. That's the point. Alright, okay, so there is some mining happening, and I want to maybe set up a little bit of this stuff. So let's go with... why does it... I don't get why... oh yeah, I see it. Never mind. Okay, that's something. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. This is probably not really super useful, so just do that. Then let's send... okay, we can just send these bottom ones into here. So let's do this. Have the holminite, please. Let's do this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's send this one down too then. Yeah. Alright, so this is one of them. So we're already out. That's okay. Again, the spaceship will come back with supplies. Alright, then let's send you guys in. Well, we still have plenty of supplies. Who would have thought? Alright, these didn't snap. Snap correctly, please. Looks good. Hey, okay. Then let's just get some more power poles. Might need just some substations just to get some things with some electricity. Then, hello? Okay, whatever, it's good enough. Actually, don't need those. Cool, okay, and then why don't, oh, okay. I'm like missing one power pole here. Just be happy. Be happy. Be happy, please. Cool. Okay, well, then, well, we have some mining. We have some electricity. We have a spaceship. Then we could put the spaceship where it is, but we could move it a bit closer maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I don't want to move it that much closer. Wouldn't hurt. We're gonna build another mine up there in the near future, but I think for now we are going to just be happy with the whole system. We're gonna just build then, well, let's pretend like it was right here at least for a sec. So what we want to do is have this kind of setup. So this will be how we load stuff on. Just use these undergrounds, and when the spaceship lands, they'll connect, and then we'll get 90th per second. Then let's put one of these down too, I think. We'll do something similar here. And usually I just have this. This could just be a steel chest, I think, at some point, but basically, like, yeah, anything that kind of goes into the storage, we want to send in kind of like it's a recycle train, and that kind of stuff. And things from the storage will be not too worried about, but we might want some kind of, nah, it's fine. I think it's fine. Should be okay. The spaceship will just come back every now and then and provide stuff. We could just, put some buffer chest out here maybe. We'll leave one here just in case. Then, yeah, this will be how we load. Oh yeah, we have to deal with the stone, right? Okay, so let's deal with the stone. Stone, I think just turn here to the left, yes. And I think just go turn into sand. Okay. Loader. Turn stone into sand, yes. And then, let's see, I guess we could just bring like a sand line down, yes. Merge, sand line merge. There you go. Okay, copy this. Seems fine. Like that, yes. Okay, sand galore. And let's then just, yeah, so then now we can just throw these in here. So we'll do this. And I think we'll have more from this mine. Okay, all right. Go into the warehouse, please. And then let's see, let's just do then, we want to just turn the sand into landfill. Make landfill. Yep, and we'll go just back over here, I guess. And just dump it into here, just directly. Why not? Just dump it. I don't know why I did it like that, but it's fine. Hey, okay, that will get rid of the sand. Okay, then yeah, I think what we also want to do is do something like this, actually, just to make sure we have bots all the time. So let's get some more power substations up here. Yes, and then let's do this. This requesters and your Y, so get some logi bots. Logis, and construct those. Okay. Hello? Okay, we don't have any. Do we have any? Buffer? Oh yes. Request from buffer chest. We always need to remember that one. And, oh yeah, one downside of buffer chests is that they will not pull off from other buffer chests, so that will not work. Okay, but yes, we're mining holminite on Shara. We're kind of processing it, but we just need more belts. And then let's pretend like we've set up the spaceship a bit more. Oh no, we don't have any clamps. Oh well, that's not going to work then. Of course, forgot to bring clamps. Yes, I meant to bring all the spaceship parts as well. Oops. Oh well, that's okay. Bring clamps. We need to bring all the stuff for building this, is what we need. Yes. We also, so yeah, we need more scaffolding. And we need spaceship clamps. I mean, we don't need this many. And we also need all these combinators just in case. Combinators. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. So, well, we would then pretend like there is this logic here again. So we would have this again. This time we want it to go to stop 3 though now. So it will have a 3 here. And that would override it, but of course the thing isn't there. So I'm just gonna put it here. So just bypassing this for now, but it won't be a problem really. And this would go there. We would make that say it's clamp 3. Then, yeah, so now we would say something like crushed holminite is greater than, say, I think it's like 25,000. 50 times 500 ish. So then now if the crushed holminite was greater, we would set the flag. A is 90 is good. And we're going to make this a lot less stringent because we don't have fuel here, so we don't necessarily need to check for fuel per se. Okay, this would be then the logic. And then we would go to destination 3. And it's set here now, so destination 3 will just be back to novice, but I have it set to a different clamp just to eventually go to like somewhere else. It doesn't have to go to the fuel station, but I'm going to have it just go back to the fuel station for now, just to kind of see it working a little bit. And then basically then we'll just pretend that yeah, like we have some crushed holmium. If I can get out of here. So have this. And I'm just gonna steal some of these belts. Steal these. Okay, well, I didn't want you to do that. Steal these in. Just build this one, please. Can you build the one? You almost did it. Maybe. Almost. Maybe. Sort of. Kind of, guys. You're kind of there. Maybe, you know, just do this. Hello? Okay. Hey, okay, there we go. At least we have, you know, something. Huh. Well, maybe. Oh my gosh. Off by one belt. Where'd it go? Where'd my belt go? I mean, I want these to be just ghosts. Okay. Oh, wait. I don't need this one. Okay, never mind. Alright, cool. Okay, yes, exactly. Holminite. Crushed holminite on the spaceship. Alright, so I'm just going to... Oh, oops, I lost all my... Yes. That's what Control Z does sometimes, if you're not careful. Okay, try this again. Bots. Yes, okay, so we're just going to override, again, we're going to override the logic. So you're going to say -1, you're going to say 1, and I mean, yeah, so normally this should be connected here, but since we don't have a clamp, I'm just going to connect it there. And again, we're going to connect the green wire here, and this time we're just going to say holminite. Of course, it's going to be greater than 25,000, but I'll just say 1,000 since that's how much we have now. So we can just, I want it to go. Okay, on. This has to be less stringent. Yes, just say 50,000, whatever. Okay, all this is good. Everything's on. It's saying launch, but the override's on. So I'm going to turn it off. Should launch. See ya, Shara. We'll be back. Cool. Yes. But then I think then now we have a semblance of the spaceship automation, and we will just head back to Novice orbit to restock with the logistics supplies and make sure we bring all the things we want to bring to set up mines in the future and make sure the mines are maintained, all that stuff. But then next time we'll also set up the receiving end and allow these transport spaceships to connect to the logistics network. So we'll probably just, I think the idea will be to have a transfer station in orbit with the spaceships to unload and put the cargo onto trains and send the trains down the space elevator to get the cargo to Novice. So that's how we will supplement the holminite ore. And we're like flying through space with the door open here. Come on. But yeah, so then this is then the general idea for the spaceship. I'm really excited about this memory cell and this logic and being able to flexibly send the spaceships to different places. And so I'm hoping that this will allow us to create a bunch of different spaceships, and yeah, I also hope this modular structure sort of works out. And yeah, so then we'll be continuing with the spaceship automation next time, trying to get it on the trains. But I think then we'll pretty much call the session here. Let's see the spaceship land and hopefully refuel. But this will be where I call the session today. There you go. Factorio. I am Pax. And I'll see you in the next video.